We're going to begin now with you, Mr. Ingram, for your 5 minutes.
Chairman Biggs and members today, one, we're just so grateful to be here and have this opportunity. I'm not going to talk to you about data. I'm going to talk to you about real life experiences. And really my prayer for today is that open hearts and open minds. I'm passionate about our community. We've stepped up since 2019 to create a better community. We set out with our name of our restaurant, Purpose Restaurants, to have a safe, inclusive environment. We reached out to all different community members to understand what that looks like. We have made it our calling to be of service to our community. We say we want to share meals with people that don't look like us, that don't believe like us, because that's what's important. I moved to Minnesota in 2012 from New York. In those first 5 or 6 years, I had one burglary that happened. Since 2019 and beyond, I know we're north of 12 burglaries. I cannot tell you how many incidences at one of our restaurants in downtown St. Paul that we've had overdoses, that we've had people on our patios overturning them. I can't tell you how many times we've seen violent acts taking place in our restaurants. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard from our district attorney that we've reduced charges. We're letting them off. We reduced them to under $1,000, even though our expenses were far greater than that. The gentleman sitting behind me, Jeff, is my business partner. His son, Johnny, died of a fentanyl overdose above our restaurant. His drug dealer, we had all of his information. We gave it to the police. That drug dealer was never arrested, and he is still on our streets today. These violent crimes and acts that happen in our restaurants and within our homes. St. Paul, it was my home from the time I moved there, except for a short time I was in Minneapolis. We moved after our car was recently stolen, houses broken into. My son's daycare in St. Paul, Minnesota, recently had young kids stole a car again. I believe it had happened several times, and crashed it, but for the grace of God, into a tree that stopped them from going into the playground where 3-year-olds are playing on our streets. This happens day in and day out in our community, and nothing is being done about it. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to St. Paul police officers. This man has been arrested over 50 times, Brian. I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. He got back out, came back, burglarized us again, got back out within 24 hours, I'm told, and burglarized us again. So we can talk about data, we can talk about how you can manipulate data, we can talk about political parties. None of that means anything to me. What matters to me is that my community is safe. What matters to me is when I get a call saying, can you help pay for our funeral? My daughter was killed, Trinity, by random gunfire in St. Paul. What matters to me is that our streets and our community are taken care of. And our first priority as citizens, as public services, it's to serve our community. And that's what I'm praying for that happens today. Hearts and minds are open. This is not a political issue. This is a human issue, and we need to focus on human beings.
Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Appreciate that.